based on your skills, your education, and experiences, how much do you believe you are worth in the UAE job market in terms of figure?
50,000 dirhams a month.
50,000 dirhams a month.
That's my objective.
All right. So why do you think you are worth 50,000 dirhams?
Because of my experience and.
How many years experience do you have?
Let's say 12 or 13 years experience.
Is it in safety? Because when you're telling me...
In safety 12.
In safety 12?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll pick up the chunks from the beddings. I'll take my bag. I could not afford a thing. There was a day I got stuck in Dubai. I did not have transport fare.
Oh my God.
I slept in Union.
You slept in Union?
So without wasting time, I opened my boxes because I told you I came just with few pieces of dresses, and I start selling.
I was using lot of difficult times, emotionally, because of the times I wanted to commit suicide.
Right? Yeah. So I actually sent 3 million CF for France. Yes. And they made me a 1-month visa.
I applied a lot. If you know what 8 months look like.
I've been for 17 years, my dear, without a job. Yes, right. So as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others the permission to do the same.
Gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to Bengi's World. How are you doing today?
I'm excellent, thank you.
Thank you so much for coming over to my show to be part of my success here on YouTube and to share your amazing journey as an immigrant living in the UAE.
A pleasure, so mine.
Okay, thank you. So to make my viewers better understand who is sitting here today, can you give a brief introduction about yourself, like who you are, where you're coming from, how long you've been in the UAE, so my viewers can better understand who you are? Yeah.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Okay.
It's a pleasure being on set with you.
Okay.
And my name is Paul,
okay.
and I am precisely from Cameroon.
Okay.
The northwest part of Cameroon, precisely from Bengui,
okay.
from Guy, precisely. Okay. Native from Guy. That's in Nombo subdivision.
Okay.
All right. I have been in Dubai for quite some years, more than a decade. Okay. Let's say 14 years to be precise.
Okay.
And thanks, I currently work as an HSE manager, safety manager, and also have my own line of business, which I do.
Okay.
I just started it recently. It's been like a year now, which is dealing with cars.
Okay.
So I do sell, export cars to Cameroon, depending on my customers. So should in case you're interested, please don't fear to contact me.
No, I'll definitely contact you if I have a client for that.
Thank you.
All right, so with the introduction you've given me, can you describe who Paul is in 3 words?
Wow. I wasn't expecting that.
Okay.
All right. My mindset is always about first thing first, God.
Okay.
That's Paul. Someone who loves God.
Okay.
And a man of action.
Okay, that's 2. Someone who loves God, a man of action, and number 3.
Money.
Okay, the money mindset. All right, that's good. So let's go over to what prompted you to leave Cameroon. You said you're from Cameroon, right?
Yeah.
So what prompted you to leave Cameroon, and why the United Arab Emirates, to be specific?
Wow. All right, I had a cousin here, my elder bro. I call him my elder bro because we grew up together as a kid, and we all school back home together.
Okay.
But he was in another school, I was in another school, but we were so close.
Yeah.
So he moved here first, and when he came here, after 2 years, he said, "Hey, bro, what's up?" I said, "Okay, I'm good." Then I had finished my studies.
Okay.
I did technical education. From there, then I was working, doing some part-time work back in Cameroon. Then I said, okay, I'm done with school, and I think I would not like to continue here. I would like to travel out and all the stuff like that. Then he said, okay, you know what? Okay, I'm going to look for a way for you to come over and all the stuff like that. So he told me about here, and I said, okay. That's how I saw myself in Dubai back in 2009, if I'm not mistaken. Precisely.
Okay, so the United Arab Emirates was prompted because you already had someone here that wanted to give you a hand to come over.
Yeah, he helped me.
All right, so did you make any research before coming, or your brother was here, he just told you and you just went with what he told you?
I went with what my brother told me.
Okay, so what were your first impressions landing in the United Arab Emirates, Dubai to be specific? What was your first impression?
The beautiful thing is, my brother had already told me a few things about Dubai.
Let's start with the weather condition. When did you arrive?
Okay, wow, that's amazing. All right. My brother told me about here and prepared my documents. Then I came. When I came to Dubai the first time, wow, the first impression was like, wow, this is a beautiful place. Though it was quite hot from the airport, I was like, wow, because I arrived around 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. So when we moved out of the airport, it was a significant heat. A massively heat. So when I arrived, for me, nothing bothered me back then. I was still very young, energetic and all that stuff. I'm still energetic though. So when they took me out, I saw the beautiful cars, the beautiful airport, everything was just so beautiful. I was like, wow, this is wow. Dubai back then it's not like Dubai now. Dubai is a country that grows so fast. So back then, even though it was the way it was, but there were no availability of metros, if I'm not mistaken, back then. So my brother's friend came and picked me up from the airport. Wow, it was like, this is like a bush shortly now. The guy was dressed, the guy was neat, on point. I said, wow, amazing. So he took me in, drove me, we went to where I was supposed to stay.
So how was the first impression of the accommodation?
I can't call it accommodation. I can call it, it was in Abu Hail.
Okay.
I remember behind Al-Assad supermarket.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, most people who were here back then, they still remember it was behind Al-Assad supermarket. So when he took me, he just rented, my brother's friend just rented a room. I was the first person in that room back then. Yeah. So we went there, he took me, I saw different appearance, but I'm a guy, I'm always simple and point. I don't try to, I saw everything. I said, well, okay, this is natural, this is good.
So were you in the bunk bed era or the floor space era?
We went to the room. The room was still not furnished. He just put one bed. It was not a bunk bed. It was just one single bed. Yeah. They said, okay, here, this is room. This is where you're staying. Introduced me inside the room. It was just like 4 meter square room. Inside there was like one door for the kitchen, one side for the toilet. Okay. He said, okay, this is it. This is where you're going to be staying. And also, but I'm staying there with my girlfriend, blah, 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 blah. But I'm here with you, so all of us will stay here. But from time to time, when I am with my girlfriend, he was working back then. Okay, so
was it a floor space? Like you just have to take your mattress and put on the floor, or was it like the bunk?
No, it wasn't. No, there was a bed.
Okay,
there was a bed and a mattress on it.
All right.
Single bed.
All right.
Then after 2 days, Lord Jesus.
14 years ago.
After 2 days, he brought in bed, bunk bed. Oh. Within 2-3 days, the room was already full with about 12 people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were 12 of us in that room.
Okay.
After 2 days.
All right. So let's have a recap of who Paul was in his home country before coming here. So just give us a summary of what you were doing, how you started life in your own home country before you decided to go out for greener pastures.
Okay. Now, like I said before, I was a technical student. I believe in working with my hands. I believe in hustling for myself.
Okay.
I was back even in school. So after my back, I then decided to say, okay, I'm going to go out. I don't want to continue anymore. We, the technical students, for us to continue, especially universities, we don't have opportunities there like you guys. Back then, because we had nobody to really brief us about the future of technical studies back in Cameroon. Back then, So my aim was just, okay, let me travel. When I spoke with my cousin, okay, then after my back, what I was doing now is I managed to get a job in as a stagiaire.
Okay.
I don't know how to call it in English. That's a French.
Apprentice.
During holidays, they call stagiaire, fellow stage. Intern, okay, yeah. As an intern in one company in Obala, I was working there. Sorry?
As what?
Oh, I was working there like a technician. They were just there, assistant technician. So we were just helping the permanent workers in assisting them to adjust, because they were doing servicing of their engines, servicing of their, it was a factory actually.
Okay.
So we were working there assisting, give bowls, give nuts, give this, whatever. So I worked there, then from there, that's how I started communicating with my bro.
All right, so you were just like a technical helper.
Yeah, technical helper.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
whenever there's opportunity to work there.
Oh, okay, perfect. So let's shift.
With my dad though, because my dad is the one. I was working with my dad, but we were not working on the same shift.
Oh, okay.
Because he was also working in that company.
Okay. All right, so let's shift to the topic of love in Dubai. Because this particular topic has a lot of talking going on TikTok. People cannot really find love in Dubai. So what do you think the dating scene is like in Dubai?
Dubai.
From a man's perspective.
And I'll be candid with you. I believe it's very possible for me, for my own thinking. People, everyone will say there is. Some people speak from their own personal experience.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe what you've been through, whatever it is. But for me, I don't see it. It's about. I don't think it's about Dubai. I think it's about individuals. So, yeah, people find love in Dubai. It's very possible to find love in Dubai. It happens. It's very possible. You can find love everywhere, anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where do you think in the city of Dubai, are there like particular places where you think I can go as a single person to find love? Because I had a guest who told me, yes, you can go to Marina, Panjamura, you see people who are actually going to, you can see like minds, guys who actually want to marry you. So do you think there are particular places like that where you can go to find quality love?
No, sorry, let me be real here, okay? You and I know that, okay, as a woman, let me go to the woman because men talk to women. I think you can find love. You hold the key to decide who you want to date or who you want to be with. It's not about you have to go here to here. People come to you. People approach you every day.
Okay.
You meet people every day. So
people don't approach me every day.
Okay, people may not approach you, even if you're not an outgoing person, right?
Not yet.
Yeah, even if you're not an outgoing person, but you meet people, people come to you. There are various ways in which people get to you.
Yeah.
So, okay, you guys can talk. Okay, let's go out for a date, let's hang for a date to get to meet. All right, so you guys can have a date, get to meet, then you physically get to know that person. Then if it's okay to you, then you guys can go. I believe if you have like 1 to 7 date, I'm not saying you should be going out for a date or whatever, but it depends on how, before you put a date with someone, is someone you think, I can really sit down with this person.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it means there's no particular place.
Yeah, for me.
People meet at various places.
People meet at various places. That's my concept. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So 14 years in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Do you love it here? I mean, living in Dubai.
Girl, I love Dubai. I love it. It's a blessed country. I always say it anyway. In as much as it doesn't mean that for you to love Dubai, you must be challenges free, or you must be without issues, whatever. Okay, to me, Dubai is a blessed country, and I extremely thank the leaders of this country. Okay. Yeah, I love the country. Trust me. To some, it may not be good, but for me, it's good. I can call it my own American dream. Yeah. Yeah. So, because Dubai made me who I am, Dubai gave me the opportunity to excel, to grow, and I still, I've not yet attended that point, no, but I see what I aim for, all right, but I know I still believe it's possible. I'm not leaving this Dubai so soon. I'm not ready to leave Dubai yet.
Oh my
I love
God.
it here. I love it here, honestly. It's a land of opportunities. Believe in yourself. Trust me, you'll make it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get to the elephant in the room question, right? So can you share your personal experiences in Dubai? We're going to discuss the living conditions, the housing, the job huntings, the warrants, the visa changes, and all. So let's start with you arriving DXB 14 years ago. And what was the living condition?
Wow. Back then, there were only a few Lebanese, should I say Africans or Cameroonians? Cameroonians were not as, there were only a few Cameroonians in Dubai back then. And the living condition, we were staying in Abu Hel, everyone knows. It's like, Abu Hel is like a central market for Africans. Yes, where it's like a central market for Africans, where you come, that was the basic place where people used to stay. You know, bed space, what we call bed space. There was affordable. It's affordable, so everyone that comes to Dubai will live in Abu Hel as a starting point. So I stayed there, and for some time, I think almost a month, before I got a job and all the stuff like that. Then from there, we were staying, like I say, 14. I got up one day. I remember one day we were sleeping. The first day when that my brother had my brother's friend had. Because when I came to Dubai, I was alone in that room.
Okay.
Then one day, after 2 days, I came up. I mean, I was sleeping. He put the bunk bed, but I never knew he had already arranged people.
Tenants.
Yeah, tenants. So when I was asleep, when I woke up in the night to go pee, when I because I was sleeping on the same bed with him. So when I stepped down. Yeah, I stepped on somebody. So it means someone was sleeping on the floor.
Okay.
Yeah, someone was sleeping on the floor, and people were sleeping on the bed. The bed was already full. I could not even see anything. So I just managed. Then I realized, someone is here. I said, God. So now I had now managed now to walk slowly. I was not seeing. I tried to take my phone. There was a touch. Tried to walk. I noticed people were sleeping, like 3, 4. So I managed to go to the washroom, pee, came back. I said, wow, okay. This is it.
So you were living in that room, 14 of you?
Yeah, 12 to 14 approximately, yeah.
Okay, how many bunk beds were there?
I can't quite remember, but I remember that figure very well. The number of people so well.
Okay, so from there, where did you go to next?
From there, I stayed 2 weeks after I got a job. My brother, there was this company. Oh, beautiful parties. We went for an interview.
We are coming there.
From there, okay, you just want to hear where I went.
Yeah.
I got a job in one Pakistani company, as a security. So I left there. I went to that company. I worked there for 2 days. I never liked the system there because I went today in the morning, 11 o'clock. They took us to accommodation. They took us on duty as security guys. Everything, nothing. I went to the head office in Dira. Then they just took us to accommodation. Then took us to that duty post. I was working in one residential area. I don't quite remember. It's been long. So, but they were all white, staying the pilot and everything. It was quite a good place. But the duty day, everything was so strange. I was like, what kind of duty is this? Then they briefed me. This is how you have to do. You have to go make patrol. You don't have to sleep. So my duty started at what time? At 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. the night.
Wow.
So I thought, okay, I'll do it. I worked like that for 3 days. You know, when you're on accommodation, then the accommodation I was only black.
Okay.
Yeah, African. And I was in the midst of Pakistanis. Girl. I slept on the bed, the second bed. It was a bunk bed. One, there was 1, 2. I think the second row up. One bunk bed, second row up. Then the Pakistani down, all the way Pakistani. It was just a long hall. Okay. It was just a long hall. I don't know how many people were much. People went for different duties. So I slept up. They gave me a bed sheet. This bed sheet for 10 dirhams day to day, and blanket. That's it. So I slept. Yeah, I could not sleep. I was just like, man, there's some people are cooking, the smell, this is spicy, it's hitting you, so God, oh my God. So now I'm hearing people now, because I'm someone, when I go somewhere, I like to engage with people. I'll make friends, put me anywhere, no matter the skin color of the people, I will engage with them. Okay. So when I got to engage with them after one day, they will say, why did you come here? This is a very bad company. Some people are leaving. They say, this guy, he left. He doesn't want to work here anymore. He's going. So some Pakistanis, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay. Now, people now were telling me this is not a good place to be or whatever. Then I walked 2-3 days. Now, I said, no, I'll not cope.
Okay.
So I called my cousin and said, I'm going back to the bed space. I'll not work here. This place is not a good place and all the stuff like that. And he said, no, you have to, when your brother brings you over, then you get something to do. I mean, he's happy that you've gotten something to do. So what he wants to just send you away. He said, no, you cannot. I said, I'm not going to stay here. Based on what I've heard about this place, I can't stay here. So I then left now that place. I said, I will not work anymore. They never paid me. I said, okay, the 3 days I worked, I carried my big box, went back to the accommodation. When I got, they said, bro, why are you back? I said, no, I can't come to my rent is still valid. I just stay here for 2 days. They said, no, bro, your rent is already expired. Once you get a job, believe I already brought somebody else for your space. I said, no. Lucky enough, the guy there was someone who once rented in my father's house, so in a compound, so back in Cameroon. So that's my cousin friend. Once stayed in our house. So at a certain point, even though he's money minded, but he'll just okay, relax. You have to pay. You have to pay. You're coming back. You have to pay again. New best space. At the end of it, I never paid. So came back there, stayed, looking for a job. Now I got another job opportunity that was in Dubai Wall Security back then. We went for an interview. What happened is I went for an interview. I had a roommate. Okay, they called him for an interview. Okay. We went together for that interview. We wrote the exam. It's the most amazing part of my story. This one like this. Because it always shows me that sometimes I always have to push hard when I want something. Definitely. Things don't come to me like that. I have to push extremely hard. So we went for the interview. We wrote the exam. And after 1 week later, they called my roommate. There was one guy, that guy's in Canada now. He recently went to Canada. So they called him because he came after me. They called him. They say you came for an interview, passport, you have a meeting with the HR. And the people that was in Port Rashid. I said, really? They said, they called me. I said, really? That interview went? I said, really? I said, damn. They never call you. They say, have they not called you? I said, no, I have not been receiving any call. Then I said, gosh, but how can they call this guy? It means he passed, I failed? Jesus, how can this be? Okay, now the guy said something. The guy said, okay, I'm going for the interview tomorrow. Come to the HR. Come on, let's go. I said, no, bro. They have not called me. Why should I come with you? He said, just come. You never know. Okay, I said, okay. I showered. I said, okay, let me go. I went with him. We stood on the line. We were putting people on the line. People were called for that interview in Port Rashid. We were standing on the line. Now, one Indian man was coming. He was checking the line because the line was quite long. He was checking. He came checking. He will ask you, what's your name? Then he has a list of those that we called. Now, when you give him your name, he will check. He said, okay. Then when he came to me, what's your name? I told him my name. Then he looked at it. He said, your name is not here. I said, I was called. He said, did they call you? I said, yes, they called me. That man could not believe it. He checked. He did not see my name. He said, my friend, leave the line. They did not call you. I said, when did they call? What time? So I mentioned the same time they called that guy. Actually, I was lying at that point. But I was so confident because I said, no, this cannot be right. I cannot fail this exam. So that was my confidence. I insisted that my name is there. He went inside. He said he's going to check for another list. He went inside. When he checked for another list, he did not see my name. He came back. He said, your name is not here. Nobody called you. I said, he said, okay, what time did they call you? I told him the time. Then he said, who called you? I said, actually, I did not pick the call. My sister picked the call. And when I came, I told them that they called you for an interview. The master just said, leave the line. It was start of the stories. Yeah, the drama. So I left the line. Okay. Now, I left the line and other stuff like that. They were going, the line was going. When he went, he was busy because checking here, going everywhere, going back inside the offices. Now, when the line was done, my friend entered already, into the corridor of the HR. The line goes into the corridor. So, and then I sneaked in. I came back to the space behind him and sneaked in. So when my friend, my roommate, went inside for the interview, now I was the next person. Unfortunately, that guy just came from that Indian guy. Sorry, that guy just came from Norway again. He saw me, said, "You are here." I told you to leave the line, they did not call you, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So he said like that, so I was about leaving the line. Then that my roommate had finished. So he was coming out of the HR office. Then I'm he was entering the HR office. I sneaked in behind him. I just went in behind him. So I entered behind him. Now the HR lady saw it was a Russian. Was it a Russian lady? Lina, something like that. Amazing woman, very good woman. I don't know if she's still there. And I went in, I gave a seat. Then that man just spoke one or few words and he went back outside. He never noticed me. So I sat down. The woman said, sit down. I sit. He said, okay. He asked for my name. She asked my name. I then now told her my names. Then she said, okay. She looked at the list she had in front of her. My name is not there. She said, your name is not here in this list. I said, yes, ma'am. My name is not on the list. They did not call me.
Okay.
She said, then why are you here? I said, ma'am, I am here because I wrote the exam, but I'm surprised they never called me. She said, oh, you wrote the exam? I said, yes, I wrote the exam. Then that guy came, but he called that guy, the guy who pushed me out. Come here. He came. Then he said, the lady asked my phone name. I gave my phone. He said, go and check for this paper. Okay. The guy went and checked it. They know where they keep their stuff, whatever. She brought my exam paper and gave the lady. The lady looked at the paper. Then I must see what she's looking because she was on a big table in front of me. Like that. The only thing I heard is like, but he passed. Why did you guys not call me? The moment I heard that word, but he passed, God. I said, Lord Jesus. I said, so I passed. I was like inside me, I was boiling. I said, Lord Jesus, thank you. I felt like crying. I said, man. I said, so I passed. The lady said, okay. I can see your CV. You have experience in mechanics. You did motor mechanics and all that stuff. I said, yeah, I'm auto mechanic. He said, wow, really? He said, so you're a good mechanic. So he said, okay, you know what? I'm not going to put you into security. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to send you into Marine because I have Marine security, Marine whatever. You go for a test in Marine. If you pass, then I'll put you into Marine. I said, oh, Jesus. Marine, there we heard they were earning 2,600. The security was 1,400 or 1,200. I said, oh, God, hey. I said, well, maybe this one just work. Let this one go through. Now, he called that guy, take this guy to the Marine department, blah, blah, blah. They arranged everything. They took me there. Then they took me to the Marine. They took me to one boat. See, I swear God, I've never, living in Cameroon, barely 1 month in Dubai, I've never been in a boat before in my life in Cameroon. So they took me to the boat. And the mechanic guys saw me. I met one guy. I met some few Cameroonians went to Marine. 2 guys. They said, bro, they greeted me. And they say, okay, good, fine. I say, bro, they'll test you. I say, bro, have you done this first? I've never done it too. I've never done this before. I don't even have a clue. I only see boot in the movies. They say, okay, no worry. Just do it if you do any kind of thing. Should I speak pidgin?
Yeah, you can.
Just do it if you do whatever it is. Then there was one test they gave me there. He came and greeted me. The guy said, okay, what you're going to do is I want you to start this boat. Show us how to start the boat, whatever. It was the boat. Okay. I said, God.
It's just like the generator, starting the generator.
Yeah. I remember those things they've seen in the movies I've been watching. I said, okay, I look at it, look, and I saw one area there we have to pause it. I just wondered. I saw that was my first. I've never even been in a boat. Just the movie stuff. So I saw it and I said, oh, yeah, this can be it. I went there, I drag it like 4 times. It was not starting. Then one of them came now to start it also. It was not starting. It like there was a mechanical fault. He said, okay, class, you know. Okay, no problem. Then and that was just it.
And you had your first job.
Now the Indian man said, but he did not want me.
Oh.
He was not okay with me. He never wanted me in that position. So he said, okay, he's not good. This is not good. Then now, I went now, they came and took me back. They went back to the HR. They said, okay, well, you went for the interview. They said, you're not good, whatever. But don't worry, I'll put you into security. I was just trying to see if you can. He said, don't worry, go into security. After 6 months, I'll put you to Marine. Okay, I said, okay, man, thank you. That day, he said, okay, your visa is about to expire. Go for visa change.
So presently, what's your job title?
I'm a safety manager, and I work with NAFCO.
Okay, so what I want you to do is describe your profession for the viewers to understand, because sometimes I get viewers from all over the globe and some of them don't really understand what it means to be a safety officer and how you got there as a safety officer, because you said you started as a DP You started as security,
yeah.
and DP Ward. So give us details about the qualification, the courses, the education, the skills that you had to acquire before getting into being
What I am today.
a health and safety professional and a manager for that matter. Yep.